Let's talk apologetics. I just want to dive a little deeper into, again, being intentional with what you study. I'm going to just go over some of the different Bibles, different translations, different Greek study tools, and Hebrew texts that I utilized in my personal studies to help me better understand the Bible, understand my doctrines, so that I can be able to defend the faith. So yeah, these are some of the Bibles that I utilize when I'm just reading my Bible. I have my Hebraic Roots Bible, which is pretty much a Bible that I've used for many, many, many years. It has a lot of my notes, and it's just been with me for a long time, and I just can't give it up. And then this is the Bible that I've recently had. It's an ESV Bible, nothing fancy, just a standard ESV Bible. You can see here, just looking at the Gospel of Mark, just reading it, studying it, putting my notes, looking at the Greek, just trying to dive deeper into what the text says. So this is the two books that I utilize for my main, just reading the Bible. I also have here a ESV study Bible, which dives in a little bit more with a bunch of notes, commentary things, what other scholars have said throughout the years. This is not a main source, but it is something good to look at if you want some good dates, some connections. Jesus is God gives you some key themes there, key verses before you read the book, things of that nature. So it's definitely helpful when you're trying to look up something, but this is something that I do utilize. It is a ESV study Bible. And now to dive a little deeper, I have what is called the Complete Biblical Library. So this is the Gospel of Mark in just the Greek. It will actually show you all the textual variants and all the deep theological stuff that you want to look into. You can see the Greek here. It gives you different brackets, which shows you a textual variant within the spelling. If it's in different manuscripts, it'll tell you what manuscripts, the Textus Receptus, different, codexes that these textual variances are located in. It does give you a little commentary and a little bit more information there. But this is another major source that it helps me. It also has these numbers here. These are not Strong's numbers, but they are very similar to a Strong's Concordance number. But definitely helpful because it also ties in with this book here, this is the grammar version, Alpha to Gamma, and this just gives you how the words were utilized, where they are found, how it's abbreviated in different conjugations. It also shows you every passage in the Bible where it's utilized. It also can go over different usages of that word. So for example, this word right here, 363, that's the word there. It shows you how it's utilized in the Masoretic text and where they're getting it from. Also over here, how this word is utilized in classical Greek, in the Septuagint usage, and the New Testament usage. So it's diving much deeper into that Greek word on how. Also, you can't forget Thayer's Greek English Lexicon of the New Testament. This is coded with Strong's Concordance numbers, which definitely is another helpful tool when you're looking at a Greek word. It gives you the Strong's number and all the information that you need to know about it. So again, another helpful tool when studying the Greek. And talking about the Greek, also you cannot forget the Greek Septuagint itself. This is the Apostolic Bible Polyglot. This right here is a Old Testament and New Testament in the Greek. So here is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11. And you can see the Greek with the Strong's Concordance number right above it, the actual Greek, and then the translation of that Greek right there. And it's the entire Bible from Genesis to Revelation. And also along with that, I use the Brenton. So again, this also has the Apocrypha, but the main focus here is the Septuagint of studying the Old Testament. Again, you can see the Greek translation right here and the Book of Numbers. This is the English, this is the Greek. I do personally rather look at this because it's an interlinear, so it'll show you the English right underneath the Greek, where on this side, you kind of have to figure out, okay, if I'm looking at verse 25, I have to go here, verse 25, and then try and find where that word is. But again, both are very helpful tools in your studying of the Old Testament in Greek. And because I've made mention of this, the Strong's Concordance, multiple times, this is that beast of a book. So this is, again, just all the words in the Bible. So if you want to look up how that word is, what the actual Hebrew or Greek is, you just come right here, the word God. So here you go. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, and how it bolds it, God created the heaven. So right there, it's Strong's number H430, and H stands for Hebrew. So then you would go into the back of the book and you would find Hebrew, and then you would find that number and it would give you the definition. But obviously God is just the creator of all things. But you can see it's utilized many, many times in your Bible. And then when we get to the New Testament, you see it continuing, but now it changes from an H number, H 431 or 430, but to 2316, and it has a G because now this is Greek, a different language, but still the same word. So this is another helpful tool in your studying of the Bible. And I have a copy of the Torah, the prophets, the writings, which is called the Tanakh, also located right here too, but in a much more compact size. But this is a little bit in depth because it also gives you certain notes down here, commentary, things of that nature. So you have the Hebrew, the Masoretic text here, the English right here. You can see there are some references and some different key notes there. So again, another helpful tool when studying the Old Testament. But again, I do prefer the Greek Septuagint. But this is still very good. So yeah, those are just some of the actual physical Bibles, commentaries, concordances, things of that nature that I actually utilize in my studies to help defend the faith, help understand my doctrines and my own positions and grow in the faith. I do have other ones, as you can see there, but those are the ones that kind of stay on the shelf. The ones I showed you are more, they get hands-on and touch and feel. I also do utilize a computer. That's very helpful. I'll make another video in regards to the different Bible programs that I use, mainly eSword, another amazing helpful tool. But again, the main thing is to just be intentional with what you study so that when you are walking around, if you're going out there, you actually have been studying, you've put the work in to be able to defend the faith. And that's what we're trying to do, is just grow, be more like Christ, and be able to give an answer in and out of season, to be able to give that answer of the hope that's inside of us. So again, stay focused, be intentional, and put in the work.